Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. For today we have another Nomad Cosmetics launch. So if you want to see 3 looks, closes, swatch ups, all the things, then please stick around for today's video and make sure you are subscribed before leaving today. Let me go ahead and zoom you up so you can see this beautiful palette up close and personal. So Nomad Cosmetics says that this is a cocktail of colors inspired by warm liquors, decadent decors, and vibrant garnishes, all formulated with our extra fine pigments to give you smooth fill and rich payoff. It says that it's served up with a dash of grenadine. The formula is infused with pomegranate seed oil to help keep skin soft as the knocks and passwords spoken easy. This palette has 10 mattes and 5 beautiful multi-chromes. Now, every single launch, Nomad always gives back, so if you do decide to purchase this palette, then there is going to be a portion donated to the Friends of the Chicago River. This is an organization that works to protect and restore the Chicago River for people and the wildlife. So I always love how Nomad always makes it their goal to give back in all of their launches. Nomad Cosmetics, obviously, I think it is so cool how they make the palettes like on site. They get so inspired and they create a beautiful palette wherever they're at in the world. So I'm someone who I typically never travel. I never go anywhere. So it's just always really exciting to get a Nomad palette and just honestly like go through their travels with them and just kind of like live vicariously through them and see the beautiful palettes that they launch and come out with. The packaging is very beautiful, very exquisite, soft, almost squishy in a way. It just feels very luxurious. It almost feels like the old iconic like ABH palettes feel, and then it's like extra squishy on top. I don't know. I feel like when it comes to Nomad, I always get just as excited for the packaging as I do for the color story, because they never ever cut any corners when it comes to packaging. They're always very unique and they go out of their way to just bring us their travel destinations within a palette. And as someone who is like a homebody, I genuinely always look forward to seeing the overall aesthetic of the packaging, the color story, the reasons behind it. So I love learning about all their destinations and seeing what they bring us, because every single time I get really excited about it. At the time of filming this, I am not sure exactly how much this is going to retail for, but you can use my discount code BRITTANYRAE. That is not affiliated. I do not earn commission off of it. It is just there for you, so make sure to use your favorite creators discount code so you can save some money. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you up so you can see looks 1, 2, and 3. Sorry about my voice. I know it sounds horrible. I'm sick and you know, we're just gonna roll with it. So kids are taking a nap and it was so hard for me to not take a nap. I was like, you know what, we got a new palette, it is time to film. So for looks 1 and 2, I wanted them to be a little bit cohesive with one another, and so I'm kind of like bouncing back and forth between each look, trying to figure out what exactly I want to do. I'm just literally figuring it out as I go. In the first look, I wanted it to be, honestly both of them, I wanted it to be kind of cool tone neutrals with a little bit of purple twist, but the shimmers on the first look, I really wanted to give that a purple moment, and a purple in the inner corner, just like a beautiful pastel. I just absolutely love that shade so much. And then for the second look, those shimmers, obviously the mattes, I wanted them to match. That's why, you know, I'm going back and forth. But for those shimmers, I truly wanted it to be like a green moment with a green pastel on the inner corner. I love how they both turned out, and honestly, I think that this is like my perfect way of wearing 2 looks at the same time. They're still so pretty. It's an awesome way so I could try out all the mattes in the palette. It's also an awesome way for me to test all the formulas in the palette. I have a few more that I'm going to do for look number 3 that I didn't get to today, but oh my goodness guys, the mattes blended like a dream. The shimmers are next level beautiful. We have some beautiful smooth multi-chromes. We see some of those beautiful shades that we saw in like Ghost Town, that formulation, and also with the New Zealand palette. Like, this quality so far, so good, exceptional, just first impressions. I can't wait to continue to do look number 3 with you. So I'm gonna zoom you in and let's get started with the next look. I honestly love the first 2 looks, but I'm really excited to dive in to look number 3. I'm going to have to do, I didn't use these 2 shimmers, and this is the only matte that I haven't used yet, so we're going to focus on those. I'm going to first, like, this is just like my go-to, I would say, transition shade, and this is like my go-to shade to blend everything out with. You get tons of options in this palette. Now, I'm a neutral lover, and I must say I love wearing obviously browns, but like greens and purples in this palette, and it has like my perfect multi-chrome And the iridescent, it's like I created the palette. It is so pretty. They did such an amazing job with this color story. I swear, I know y'all must think it's annoying for every time a Nomad palette comes out, creators will be like, oh, it's my new favorite. But like, this may be my new favorite, so I'm sorry to say that. I know it's annoying. Oh my goodness, but I just like, give me greens and purples and browns and an iridescent, and like, we're gonna be best friends. Okay, so this shade already, these beautiful shimmers just knocked my socks off. I haven't swatched the palette yet. I've just used them because sometimes I really enjoy just getting to know the formula before I swatch it. Something I look forward to. Now I'm going to kind of deepen everything up. And also I want to go into Win City and get a feel for this warm tone. I like how you get neutrals, you get cools, and then also you get some warm shades as well. Something for everybody, I can tell. And I like how it's light to deep. They really checked all the boxes for me. I just zoomed you in. Sorry, I didn't realize how far you were. But I must say, Win City, this beautiful burgundy, it can really deepen up and build on the shade and just make it really deep. Okay, now it is time to go into this beautiful multi-chrome. It's like your typical red, yellow, green, gold shade. I know it's done so often, but it's just one of my favorites, and this is so smooth. So if you are familiar with the New Zealand formulation, I feel like you get a lot of these same similarity, like the multi-chromes, that texture in this palette as well. Now the only green matte you have, because this one will shift green, you only have the pastel. So I did want to note that in case you were curious, which I'm sure most of us have a green laying around in our collection somewhere. Something else I noticed with this formula, they do pick up with a brush pretty good. Sometimes shimmers, I find that they don't pick up the best with a brush, but these do if you are curious and you don't like to use your fingers. This is definitely more of a buildable formula. It's very flattering, thin on the lids. It doesn't enhance my texture, but you do have to build it up if you want max pigmentation. I mean, obviously most shimmers are like that. Oh, my babies just woke up. I'll be back in a little bit. So my kiddos woke up, so I have to film this last part pretty quickly. I love how the look came out regardless. It's so pretty. Now I want to swatch the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5 shimmers for you. So we're going to do the 2 purples first, which the first one, the second one is just giving like the Ghost Town USA formulation. It's very soft. I really enjoyed this formula from them. Now their shimmers, they're almost like a little thin, so this is a formula that you want to continue to build up and layer on just so you can get the pigmentation you desire. Now keep in mind, I barely go into these shimmers because I don't want to like use the product and like mess it up, make it all squishy, and like, you know what I'm saying, because it's almost like a super shock formulation, but you can like continue to layer on and build it up and just apply more pigmentation. They are truly so pretty. Hello, it's so bright. What is going on? Okay, now I'm going to go into the green South Side. This is, I would say, so smooth and very comparable to the New Zealand palette. If you're familiar with that formulation, like I see purple, y'all are probably seeing green, and then y'all see purple and I see green. No, this one right here. It's crazy. They're so beautiful, sparkly. I'm here for this formula. Now let's go into the one that I used all over the lid, that beautiful multi-chrome. Again, it's very similar to the one I just used. As far as like formulation, it's very smooth. I'm sure you're seeing red and I'm seeing green. Let's see. How pretty. Oh my goodness. And sometimes it's nice to have a buildable formula. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, guys. I love it. I have one more to swatch, which is the beautiful iridescent. Where did I put you? I guess I can put you right here. Obviously, the iridescents are my favorite, and it's still very shifty. Like, you're seeing like a fiery pink, and I'm seeing a beautiful golden yellow from the side with almost like a hint of a greenish base. beautiful shade. This made the palette for me. Whenever I'm not testing out the palette, I'm not even kidding, I will layer this on every single look just because that's what I do on the daily. I just realized that I filmed all that on the wrong setting, so hopefully you were able to see how beautiful they are. I hate it that I just did that, but that's just, I guess, how life is right now. They are so sparkly, shifty, beautiful, flattering. Oh man, this one is going to be so many people's favorites. I already know it. Oh, it's just, I love it. I love it. Okay guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Y'all, as you can see by the 3 looks that I created, it's gonna come down to if this color story is for you, because the formula is 10 out of 10. I did only create 3 looks, but I did get to try out all the shades in the palette and it performed amazing. This is the Nomad quality that you know and love, so you're gonna have to let me know down below. Is this one coming home with you? Are you gonna dupe it, put it on your wish list? Are you skipping? But I do recommend it. It is next level beautiful. Thank you so much for being here wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye guys.